you hear any background noise, I have a new place. I live in a new place, and the walls are very, very, very thin, so I can kind of hear everything, and you probably can too. But anyways, I hope you guys had a really good New Year. My year wasn't too bad. Yeah, I'm really happy I got this video done because I was pretty sure that it wasn't gonna happen. And but anyways, let me get straight into the build. Let's see. I recently started rewatching Breaking Bad. I've actually watched the show about like 5 times over. It's just a really interesting, well-made show if you haven't seen it. But basically it takes place in like the southwest of the US, particularly in New Mexico, and I don't know, that's very weird inspiration, but that's kind of just how I get inspired by stuff. And so I actually started researching, like, because in the show, like, there's families that have really nice homes. So I was looking into like houses that you can buy now, so like actual house listings of nice homes that are kind of on the pricey side, and I was like, ooh, okay. So I figured that I totally want to build this, and I want to make it kind of huge. I mean, I only used like half the lot, but it's probably the most building I've ever done, like for the channel, and maybe like ever. Like, I don't usually build this much, so it took a long time. I think there was like, and I'm a slow builder too, so it took like 14 hours overall, and I had to, you're gonna see that it's cut up like kind of quickly. Imagine having to pack down like 14 hours worth of stuff too. I don't know how long this is gonna be, 30 minutes? Yeah, so anyways, I actually took the outside of the house. Well, it's more like a villa. I don't know, I want to call it a villa because it's like huge and kind of Spanish inspired. But yeah, I'll insert what the real house looks like, the one that I copied from, next to my build. You let me know if it looks anything like it from the outside. Just from pictures, it was kind of hard to replicate the interior, so inside I kind of made my own. I want to say it looks a lot like it. Yeah, not to float my own boat, but I think I did a pretty good job. Yeah. So I do like to think up of a family that is occupying the house. And so first let me explain what exactly a snowbird is, because I actually just learned about this year. A snowbird is essentially someone, it's like elderly people that typically they live in like a colder climate, a frostier climate where it snows a lot, and it can be kind of a pain to deal with if you're trying to get in and out of your home. I imagine it's also like seasonal stuff. Some people have problems sleeping, like when in colder climates, which are typically climates more affected by the daylights being a little off kilter for them. But so a snowbird goes from there, and during the winter months they fly down to a place with a warmer climate. And so I figured this house kind of looks like a house from, the exterior was directly copied from a house in New Mexico, but I know it does snow in New Mexico. I don't know how bad it snows. I'm sure it depends on what part. It's a really big state. But yeah, so New Mexico or Arizona, one of those. Yeah, so this is a family that has moved here. I imagine that they are a very, they're pretty, not like stupid rich, but like they're comfortable. I mean, they have a vacation home, a winter vacation home. So I mean, they do pretty good. It is a man and a woman. They have 4 kids. One who's a little bit older. She is kind of nerdy. She's very alternative, kind of an activist, but yeah, no, she has a very cool vibe to her. And hopefully you'll see this kind of reflected in their rooms. They have a son who's like a few years younger than her, but still kind of older, I guess, like a teenager. I know I picked a teenage sim for this this son sim, and yeah, I think he's more into like creative stuff, and hopefully you'll see that in the build. I tried making like I mean, I imagine that he was an aspiring graphic designer, like he likes doing things like a multi-creative project kind of person. You know, very bright, very smart for someone who's just a teenager. You know, they want to do everything. So yeah, I kind of tried making his room more reflective of that. You'll see it's more like a yellow room. You guys know I work as a graphic designer, and so kind of just started thinking like, okay, what do I think would have been really cool to have in a room when I was a teenager trying to decide, you know, what I want to do, and already starting to get into design work. So that's kind of what I based his room off of. I'm just going through the kids' rooms first. There are 2 other sons. I think they're child sims, and they're twins. They have very similar but very different personalities. Yeah, they're not like exact copies of each other. Different interests, different habits. One is more sporty and into computer games, so he's a very tactile person. They're also very bright and smart, but they kind of just, they're more like motion. Is that even a thing? Like more into like movement or motor skills, I guess, right? The other sim is he's more like a nerd, I guess. Very book smart, very wise, loves to read, loves to explore outside. Yeah, so not very much into video games. We'll play video games, but you know, they kind of prefer to, you know, make up their own universe. Let me see. So yeah, this house, I'm looking at it now. It was really cool to build. So let me start with the kitchen still, since we're still here. There's a lot I really, really liked about this build. Not just the build actually, but the game pack, the jungle adventure pack. Like, I didn't expect any of this, and it turned out so good. Like, I went through the jungle, and I loved, all the food they incorporated that's like stems from like Central America, South America. It's really weird to see like the Sims have like a culture other than like the Sims, I don't know if that makes sense. So the kitchen was like my first impression of, seeing all the textures, the walls and the floors and everything that they have, and I was just blown away. It is so gorgeous. I will be so tempted to use these tiles again, because they're just the tiles that the wallpaper tiles. They're so pretty and they're so intricate, and I love the color schemes that they chose because they're so, I don't know, I guess the Sims just did a really good job at like figuring out that these tiles or these wall patterns, they're so easy to match with, and that's something that it's kind of a problem sometimes. Like when you have like a funky wall, it's not gonna match with anything sometimes, so you have to go with something neutral, and it's kind of boring, and you gotta dress it up. And so yeah, I really like it. I'm glad that I didn't have to add so much to the kitchen, because the tiles were they were the statement, and you can make it more modern, you can make it rustic, and it was all good there. And you can already see like the cabinets, the sink. I really, really like them. I can't really say much about this pack. I didn't, you guys know I didn't like the cats and dogs pack so much, just because of the game. Oh no, not the game functionality. No, I mean, it was fine. I mean, laundry day was the game functionality that I don't like, and for some reason I added it to this family. But yeah, it worked out so well, and the decorations, actually there were not a lot of decorations for this pack. Like there were some foliage, some plants, but you know, there just wasn't enough. Real quick on the dining room, if you're wondering why I was making a plate of fruit, they're a family that celebrates Kwanzaa, and so I don't know. I don't actually know what how Kwanzaa is celebrated, like decorations wise, but I thought it looked really cool. The kinara and the fruit bowl. That's just some light research I did. You know, you're welcome to let me know if I did anything right. But as far as I know, that's a lot of the symbolic decorations that are typically incorporated. Yeah. I also figured that this is a very quirky family, and they kind of try not to do things super traditionally. So they also celebrate Christmas. Like a lot of people will celebrate Kwanzaa and Christmas simultaneously, because one's more of a cultural holiday to some people. So yeah, so they have a makeshift desert Christmas tree. I know you can probably get a Christmas tree in the desert or in desert climate homes, but I just thought, I don't think they're the type of people to do that. I think they'd rather make their own cute thing. I mean, they have like the money, to make a cactus Christmas tree, I guess. It's kind of ridiculous, but I feel like it's okay. So I have this idea that the mom, she has a very technically difficult job. I know I've already assigned a job for her. As she's like a veterinary surgeon type, and so she has a very intense, difficult job. You're on vacation, or rather she's making a vacation home. Like I feel like they didn't build this home, but it was already kind of pre-made, and she kind of took the liberty of redecorating and kind of refinishing some parts of the house, while leaving others more authentic, or taking parts of it and removing other parts. And so this house, there's no like consistent design choice, and that's kind of on purpose. I remember when I was looking through houses, like very, very nice houses, like expensive houses, and a lot of times the way these homes are staged, and some of them do include furniture, but for a lot of these houses, they're very like the decor it's not consistent throughout the house. Like one room looks like one way with a certain color palette, the next room looks very, very different. One looks more cozier, one looks more relaxed or modern. It's very weird. It's kind of awkward. But that was just my thinking about how to build and how to decorate. Because maybe she liked that about the house, that it doesn't have a consistent flow. Also, everybody's room kind of has a different vibe, but they kind of have, like, if you see in this room, the daughter's room, it kind of has furniture that might have come with the house, but she's kind of made it her own, decorated it her own, got help from her mom. However, this is a vacation home, so there's not a ton of personalized items. There's not personalized artwork, really. It's kind of like a very nice Airbnb, which you can, call your home and keep your stuff in. You know what I mean? So, yeah, not super personal, not super cluttered. They don't have much on them, just what they need for their vacation. So, yeah, and, if you wanted to put this in your build, you can totally personalize it more for your Sims. So I kind of left some rooms more blank than others, but yeah, the mom to me was totally into decorating this place. And like you see here again, these tiles, they're so cute and so easy to build with and color match with, like, and these sort of stone cut out windows, they're everything. Like, that's what we need, because I just hate having to cut out a room just to make like a nice looking open window, and then it kind of ruins the lighting that's intended for the room, and it no longer looks indoors and it looks like it's outdoors, and it's not what I want for my game. But anyways, yeah, so this is her room. Has a little ensuite bathroom. Well, it's not really little, it's pretty nice for a secondary bedroom. Yeah. Just a few personal things, personal items, nothing too crazy, obviously. It makes me kind of sad to know this in this pretend world in my mind, that it's kind of never used for every other season. Isn't that kind of sad? Like, 'cause it's so pretty. But yeah. Okay, and let me get into this next bathroom. Again, with these tiles, they're amazing. I don't remember if these floor tiles are new. I want to say they're not, but I don't know. Anyways, I love this bathroom. I wanted to make at least one sort of monochromatic room. This is probably the nicest bathroom. It's more for guests and for the other the boys, the sons, to use when they use the bathroom, because they don't have a bathroom. And I kept thinking, you know, maybe every like if it's a really nice house, maybe every room needs a their own ensuite bathroom, but not really. No, they can get up and use the bathroom. Also, this build tired me out so hard. Like, I just after I made the exterior, I was like, nope, I'm not adding anything else to this. Even though it's easy enough, it kind of takes the fun out of me. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna build something this big in a long time. And I know some of you like make like whole damn estates, and I love watching those. I just could never make them. So thank you for making them and taking the time, because it is a lot of work. And yeah, I would just not be able to do that. Yeah. So this right here, it's supposed to be a garage that, you know, I was gonna make it super finished and maybe make it into a bedroom, but no, I think a garage is fine. Like, they don't spend too much time in this house. They kind of just have a few necessities, just a place to stick everything, because, you know, when you have a nice house, it's normal to have one room where all the excess goes to. Yeah. So there's a litter box, there's some crates, there's a fish tank. For some reason, maybe they didn't know where to put it, but they didn't want to get rid of the fish or something. Yeah, I thought it was just a nice little quiet place if someone wants to get away, or maybe get away from like guests, or, you know, have a private talk to someone or something. Yeah, just a nice little area. This is the bedroom of the teen boy, the graphic designer boy. Yeah, little ensuite, half bathroom. I think it's small but cute. It works. If you're wondering why in every single room I put twinkling lights, they're there for a reason. It's because it's holiday time and it's a big house. I don't think you're gonna string up the entire exterior of this house, because it would be kind of hard, and you're also on vacation. You probably don't want to do that, and it's not snowing, so like, yeah, it looks pretty, but not that pretty. Like, they just opted out, but they opted to decorate. Like, see what I mean when I say that this house is very quirky? Like, they didn't want they Christmas decorated the inside of nearly every room. So yeah, and I don't think it looks that bad. I think it helps pick up some parts of every room where, like, I didn't really know what to do, what the room was missing something. So I was like, oh, twinkly lights. They're very like college dorm room, but I think it turned out fine. Like, it's not too big of a deal. I know this room kind of jumped from nothing to having so much stuff in it, but yeah, I think this is one of my favorite rooms, my favorite bedrooms, because yeah, it reminds me of what I thought a cool room looked like when I was a teenager. and wanting to be super minimalist. I don't know if that's still, I mean, I know minimalism is still a thing, but I don't know if that's what everybody's striving for now, or yeah, I can't be sure. But yeah, so these are the twin beds for the different, same but different twin boys. And yeah, I do like the room. I like decorating this. I usually don't like orange. I don't like orange decorations. I don't like too much orange. I look for any excuse to use any other color, but I don't know. I thought this room looked very simple and slick. Very much like a boys' room, but like wanting it to be you and different, not too grown up, but not too kid-like. Yeah. I also made up a story where, like, because if you notice throughout the house, like, there's cat statues everywhere, literally almost every other room, or every other room. And one of the boys in this one, they have a dog because they're the only dog lover, so they have a dog bed. And yeah, just my little spiel on that. I spent way too much time on this family room. So the upstairs that you saw with the tree, it's more like a living room, more like a hey, hi, hello, stop by and hang out for 5 minutes, and then, you know, say bye, and then you go back to the family room. The family room is where everyone kind of lounges, gathers, actually sits down to talk. I spent a lot of time on this. This was a pain in my butt. I guess if there's one room, there's always like a room in the house that you do not like at all, and this is it for me. Well, it's not even that I don't like it. It just took so much damn time for me to make it look nice, and I still feel like it looks kind of empty, and I don't want that. Like, I thought it was like really nice, but I don't know. It was very weird because I had a lot of trouble deciding whether I want to look classic or modern or more rustic and this or that. So I guess I will just have to live with how it looks. It's not terrible though. I'm happy with it. It looks functional. So yeah, I'm okay with that. Totally okay with that. You know it's bad when you start adding a bunch of plants in to kind of make it look fuller, and then very matching decorations so it doesn't look too off. Yeah, that's just what had to happen with me, but yeah, I'm okay with it for now. It's not terrible. I'll live with it. This next hallway area, I feel like the mom, her quirkiness kind of took over, and she was like, you know, I don't really need this big ass hallway. There's nothing to go here. You know, we're not trying to work at home or anything because it's a vacation home. And also not trying to have too much housing. I guess open area, too much seating. I guess, I don't know, just so the house doesn't look so empty half the time. Like if it's not filled to the brim with people, like when you're entertaining guests, you know, you want your house to still feel cozy even when you're not having guests around, if that makes sense. So yeah, this part was actually, I thought it was gonna be hard, but once I decided like what it was gonna be, it was so easy. Like you just throw plants everywhere, make it look kind of sporadic and, you know, nice. Maybe she got all these plants at like a, what's the word, like a estate sale or something, and she didn't, I guess kind of like an impulse buy. I don't know the buying habits of rich people, but like I imagine sometimes you just end up with stuff that you don't know what to do with. So that's how that ended up like that. In this upstairs bathroom, so I wanted to make a bathroom suite for the master bedroom and make it kind of relaxing, or you know, kind of grand too. Kind of have excess rooms, because I guess you don't need your shower in another room, and you don't need a huge walk-in closet inside a vacation home. But then again, I don't know what rich people need in their house, and I guess it's not a matter of needing, it's just, you know, it's what do you want in there. So yeah, there's not a whole lot to this. I do really like it though. It's probably probably my favorite bathroom, unless I've already said that something else is, then that's my favorite, and I'm not going back on my word. But yeah, the layout was weird. It was a challenge for the bathroom, but I ended up really liking it. Like, it's kind of split up and has these different corridors. It's weird and probably not very conventional, but maybe that's wanted in a very high-end home. I don't know. You know, I realize now this house is probably really difficult to heat. There's this open room, but I'm okay with it. It looks nice. The challenge is making it like not look super empty, while also making it look like homey and put together. Yeah, because sometimes when I leave like a house super minimalist and empty, it kind of just looks like I didn't try it, or you know, it's like halfway done or like a third of the way done. But yeah. So yeah, this is a main master bedroom for the parents, the adults. It's really, really cute. I usually don't use like sort of regal country-esque decor items or furniture, but I actually really like it. It's not something I'm used to, but together with the sort of Spanish style architecture, I don't know, the windows and the archway openings, yeah, I think it looks really nice. Finishing touches, you know, adding mirrors and lighting and doing everything. You know, the exterior, I could have done more with it, but no. It's by this time I was so done with this build. But I think simple is better. And I didn't think I was going to use these white and pink furniture. You know, I don't usually use pink furniture for any sort of furniture or decoration or anything, but it worked out pretty nice in the front because it looked like it kind of just went with the sandy colors of the outside, like the stone. I want to say adobe, but like I don't know anything about that. So, yeah, it was a natural earth tone that I thought worked well. Yeah, back here, this is like the lower level back patio. There's some entertainment area, but nothing too grand. I think it's just like a table or two and a place to grill. Yeah, I think this is coming down to the end of the build though. So if you did like this, please let me know. I want to make more stuff. I have new videos coming up. It just takes me a little longer, but no matter what, I appreciate your support. So please subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.